And tonight we're going to talk about leading yourself, not just leading yourself, but leading yourself well, what that looks like, how to do it correctly, and how to do it in a way that you're spinning up these virtuous cycles we just talked about earlier with Nikki. Because there's so many people out there that are crushing business, that are crushing their career, and they're so focused on that. But the one thing that they're doing consistently is putting themselves last. Maybe it's career first, family second, everything else down to the dogs, and then you. I'm not ever going to say forget all the things that you're doing right now to help other people or to show up for people around you. I will say this. It is impossible for you to pour into people around you if you have nothing to pour, one. And two, learning how to lead yourself well and put yourself just that 2% in front of everything else will fall in line, right? I've never seen this concept I've never seen this concept in real world application blow someone's life up in a bad way. So first, always time. Like, guard your mission and guard your time. Like, be ruthless about those two things. Like, the mission on your heart is there for a purpose. If there is something on that is just inscribed on your heart, there's something you want to grow or shift or change or create, whatever that is, that's there for a reason. That's something you have a passion for, a passion to grow, and like, guard that. But at the same time, like, guard your time, right? Don't allow everyone to steal your time or your energy. Like, we only have so many hours in the day. If someone is rolling, your text message, blowing your text up, hey, let's get together. And these are people that are constantly dropping in, and they don't really have anything to do but pull life from you, pull energy from you. There's no exchange of energy. There's no exchange of ideas. You constantly feel like you're just lifting this person up, and you leave these situations feeling just exhausted. I would consider like having a conversation with those people. Like, hey, I love getting together with you, but I would really like this time just to be a time that we can exchange, energy and talk about vision and talk about like what's going on in our lives, and not focus so our entire time together on everything that's going wrong in our life, or you could say yours if you want to be blunt. But it's those times where you have coffee with someone, it's 30-45 minutes of your day, that when you multiply that over the course of a week, a month, and you're seeing these different people, like, you can be judicial with your time. And you have the choice, you have the right to make a decision with who gets your time, who gets your face-to-face. If your mission is deep enough and you're working on that and your focus is strong on that, it's okay for that focus to stay there and not try to enroll all these people into it. I hope that makes sense, because if there's one thing I know, and the one fail point I've seen consistently with people in business and in high performance human, it is sometimes we release the power of no, when the power of no it's such a powerful tool. When you say, no, I can't do that, or no, I won't be there, or no, not this time, whatever, you are reclaiming your time. And that is a massive point of leverage. know you are the best investment you can make. And this is one of the only investments you will ever make in your life where you have 100% control of your return on investment. That means that if you're getting an ROI in something, then you must be investing in it, right? So those daily investments, those daily deposits of your fitness, you're following your training program, you're hitting your steps. I mean, hitting your steps has so many positive benefits than just walking around a little bit, right? High level, we always say that. Like if you can eat food, make muscles, walk around a little bit, you can get lean, strong, and sexy. But there's so many benefits that come with just hit your steps. That's it. Hit your steps. Great for heart health. 1. 2, it gives you time to have some you focus. How many people have great ideas in one of 2 places? 1, on a walk where you're just listening to music, listen to a podcast or something. 2, in the shower. Personally, my 2 places that I get the best ideas is on a walk or in the shower. And like, that's the time where I'm just like focused on like what's going on. Michael, and this is kind of the time where I do my more of an audit, like a life audit, like what's going on right now? What can I learn from what's going on right now? And what's the next step? Like, how can I take the knowledge that I'm acquiring and do something with it? Again, investing in that to get a further ROI out of this, whatever this is, whether it's fitness, health, mental programming, whatever. But we make daily deposits in these things. We make daily deposits in our health from just, again, training, eating, hitting your targets. I mean, all of this you're making daily deposits. And then in mental programming, this is the main reason we get together on Wednesday night, because by the time you have got your targets on Monday, you've already hit so many barricades and obstacles, even up to Wednesday. It's a great time to recalibrate your mind, refocused on what you want and why you want it. And again, just putting yourself like that 2% before everything else. And this is where I like to talk about the gaps. I love the gaps, but I also hate the gaps, meaning that the behavior gaps. If my one-on-ones would pop on, or anyone on here has at any time like hit some kind of barricade, I'll always ask you 2 questions. Do you know what you want? Is your behavior aligned to your desire? Like, that is such a massively powerful question to ask yourself. Is my behavior aligned to my desire? You will automatically know. Like, you can play dumb with everybody, but you 100% know if you're playing dumb with yourself. So yes, is my behavior aligned with my desire? Am I hitting my targets? Is my CDE on point? That's something you're going to know that right off the bat. Have I been hitting my steps? Are my targets being hit? Are I hitting my calories and protein? Have I been giving it everything I've got in my training program? You'll know 100% if you are or not. And when you ask yourself this, a few times a day or definitely daily, it's the fastest way to see this disparity, right? It's the fastest way to course correct to get what you want faster. Instead of waiting days and days, this is a question that kind of should be in your unconscious. Like, is our macro and micro behaviors, are those behaviors aligned to our desire? If not, audit, fix, move forward. We can do all this in a matter of seconds and minutes. And this is, again, the fastest way to course correct. And this is the gap that we do want. Okay, we talked about the gap that we don't want. is, okay, this is my desire, but this is like my behavior. I need to get this gap tight so I can get on track to where I want to be. But there's also a growth gap. When you look back 6, 8 months, maybe 1 or 2 years ago, and you can absolutely see a difference in your mental mechanics. Like, I used to think this way about this thing, or if this would have happened to me 6 to 8 months ago, I would have reacted this way. And now I already have a script for when this happens. I already have a program to run. Wow. So we're seeing a gap. We're seeing a gap in old past behaviors and then new programming, right? We're seeing a gap in behaviors. We're seeing a gap in how we show up into our life and how we approach health, fitness, business, and how we approach support and encouragement of other people that are in the same race at the same pace. But probably the most massive thing, and this is kind of where we started this at, is how you're leading yourself or how you're treating yourself. I would imagine most people watching this right now, and the people that are going to watch this replay, can 100% say, today, like, I lead myself or I treat myself so much better than I was 4 months, 6 months, 8 months, a year ago. No wonder people come in, they're getting the best results they've ever seen, and they feel good about what they're doing because they're starting to put themselves first, because they're starting to focus on them. And you have the effect of, we've kicked off this cycle, this virtuous cycle, that not only are we full and at 100%, but now we can pour into the people that we love, the people that we're surrounded by on a daily basis, and pour into them and have something to pour out. So those are the gaps. Like, there's a gap that we don't want. That's the behavior to desire. We want that to be non-existent. But if we see that it is starting to grow, that's the gap that we want to get tight. But over time, and this is a lagging indicator, this lagging indicator is going to show a gap of growth of now versus then. And then and now should have a massive gap. And that's how you're going to know that you have grown. All right. I told you guys it's going to be short. Let's come off mute. Anyone have any questions about that? Thoughts, ideas? Let's exchange some energy here.